guys, welcome back to another video on Starseed Academy. My name is Jenny. This is Gus. He's just enjoying some sunbathing today. It's a beautiful day. So today I want to talk about creativity hacks, how to tap into your creative spirit. And here's why this is important. We are naturally creative beings. So we are constantly, whether it's unconscious or not, creating the life around us. As you know, your thoughts become things, but it's not just your thoughts. It's actually like your state of being. So the vibe that you are sending out into the world, how you're feeling, your general vibrational frequency, like where you sit on the frequency scale on average, that gets sent out into the world for creating as well. And what that does is brings into your life all of the circumstances that match that frequency, which is why it's so important to raise your frequency so that you can experience even more divine circumstances. But our creativity is a part of us that actually needs to be nourished. We need to keep it healthy and full, because what it does is brings into our lives and into our physical bodies more source light, more connection to source. And that source energy empowers us. It fuels every area of our lives. Because when you are using this creative energy in your work, it brings it to the next level. When you use creative energy in your relationships, suddenly they become so fun and spontaneous again. When you use creativity in your routines, like you bring it into your daily routines, then it brings you more joy, because creativity is actually linked to joy. It replenishes joy. When you're in your creative zone, then you are manifesting in a much bigger way. You're full of passion, full of purpose, full of drive. We all have the potential to live in this way, to feel this way. On the other hand, when creativity is lacking, then you feel depleted. Your life feels dull, and everything just reverts back to that autopilot mind, where each day just blends into the next, and it's all just kind of gray, not very exciting, because it's just so repetitious. So how do you tap in to your creative spirit? How do you bring more of that into yourself and then use it in your life? I think that the most important way is consistency, making the time and setting up a sacred space. Creativity has to be something that you're reaching for on a regular basis to keep the energy flowing. So if it's something that you do every evening or every morning, or at least 4 or 5 times a week, where you're reaching into that creative space to bring it down into yourself. And you can do this in so many ways. And everyone is different and unique for what makes them feel tapped in and creative. But if you're being consistent and you're doing it on a regular basis, and you have set up yourself a sacred space to go to where you can be alone and it's quiet and you can feel free to be weird or whatever it is that makes you feel creative. You need your own little office or space to do this, so that you feel free when you're in that moment and you're trying to tap into creativity, free to be yourself, free to be however you want to be, but also excited to go into your space because you have it set up in a way that suits you. Once you're in your sacred space, the next thing that you want to do is clear out any running thought patterns, because these just overload and plug up like the cogs and wheels in your mind. So get a good, clear mind by meditating if you like to meditate. You can also use sage. Sage is a wonderful tool for clearing out any extra racing energies. You can light a candle to help you focus. You can journal out your running thoughts and your running thought patterns, because once you do that, it gets it outside of you and onto the page, and those racing thoughts can end. I also really like to use crystals. I've always been really into crystals, and for this I would suggest either a clear quartz or a smoky quartz to help clear your energy of your mind and keep you nice and grounded. This is why routines are so important. I don't know if you caught my last video, but it was on my nightly routine, and I had you come along and follow me through everything that I do each night. And the routine doesn't have to be a huge, long ordeal. It doesn't have to be this complicated spiritual routine. It can really just be this, what we're talking about today, just making the time to sit with yourself and go into that sacred space. It will charge up your creativity, and your creativity is this force. It's an absolute force. If you've ever felt it, which I'm sure you have, it's like it turns you on. You are just full of drive and passion, and you're like ready to go take on life. So another really important way to make sure that your creativity is charged is to get enough sleep, because getting a full night's sleep really recharges your spirit in so many ways. You can't be creative if you're depleted in this way, because the small amount of energy that you do have needs to go to your more imminent daily tasks, the things that you need to think about to get through your day. And you'll find that you won't have anything extra left to give for that creative time and that creative spark. So make sure that you're getting like 7+ hours of sleep a night. Go to bed earlier if you need to, but find a way. Another very powerful but easy way to hack into your creativity is to eat a high vibrational diet. And a high vibrational diet to me just means make sure there's lots of vegetables and fruit. Every day, make sure you're eating vegetables and fruit. They are so high vibrational and full of Gaia's spirit. And when you consume that into yourself, you become it. You become what you eat. Next, you want to make sure that you're moving your body, because a still and stagnant body is going to be still and stagnant energy. So you want to be moving every single day. A very powerful thing that you can do for yourself is stretch, for releasing all of that stuck energy that's blocking you from your own vital sources. A full body stretch doesn't have to take a long time. You can whip this off in like 10 minutes and feel completely different afterwards. Why is it that the most powerful and effective cures for us are also the most simple? We don't need to make things so complicated. The goodness in life really comes from the simplest things. The last thought that I have for you on creativity is to allow and to accept what comes. Don't judge your creativity. That is the quickest way to shut it down. You can't feel judged in that creative space. You need to feel free and get into that flow. Any artist or writer knows that it takes time to get into the flow. An example of this that I can use for myself is that even when I do all of these beautiful creativity hacks, it still takes a little bit of time to get things flowing. So if I'm in a poetry writing mood, the first one is okay, the second one is better, but then the third one really sings. And I know that now. So I just keep writing, knowing that if I stay consistent and I work at it, something amazing will come out of that session. Because you're opening up the gates of creativity, you're getting into the flow, you're creating that connection or that bridge to source. So just give it a little bit of time to meet you there. Don't give up on yourself. Don't judge your creations. Just keep going. You can only get better with time and practice and consistency. Make the time for this. See it empower all of the areas of your life. A creative soul is a happy soul. A creative being is a joyful being. We were meant to be creators here on earth. So get creating. Do you have any creative hacks that you use that you can share with us all? I would love to hear it, and I'm sure the community would as well. Let's help each other get into this creative space. Make sure to like this video before you leave today, share the video for others, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel so that we can hang out every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday. I'll leave my link in the description box below, and when you click on it, you'll find all of the places that I am. The Facebook links, Instagram links where I post more daily content. You can also see all the different things that I'm working on, as well as the services that I'm offering. So check that out as well. So make some time today to get creative and really feed your soul. But most importantly, listen to your heart and the quiet voice within. You are so much more than the body you're in. Have a great day. Bye.